Hey, welcome to the Dudes Talk Movies podcast. I'm Drew.
I'm Cam.
And today we have a very special guest, and that is Harper.
Harper.
Tell us a little about yourself, Harper.
I'm a sophomore at EIU. I am a graphic design major, and I work at the Daily Eastern News.
Now, Harper is our first guest of 2024, so congratulations.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
And Harper requested to talk about the 2000 sports football film Remember the Titans, starring Denzel Washington. Cam, who else is in this movie?
Ryan Gosling.
Jesus.
Wood Harris. Ryan Hurst. And Will Patton. Don't know who that is, but Wood Harris and Ryan Gosling I'm familiar with.
What is Ryan Gosling doing in this movie? Why is he in every movie? He's in every single movie ever made.
Yeah.
And that's
Doesn't fit.
No. Him as a football player? Come on. All these like big buff guys, and then you see him behind
Yeah.
them, looking all
He dances the whole movie.
Yeah.
Anyways. He doesn't really do anything.
I do wonder why he was in this. Doesn't that? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because he was like.
Maybe you need to know.
Was he popular at this time?
In 2000?
I don't know.
No.
No?
No.
Maybe he knew the director.
The
Maybe.
Notebook came out in like 2004 or something.
I don't know.
It's true.
It is true.
2000? Might be a new competition, Drew. We don't do that anymore.
Well, we never have time, it seems like, because we're always pushing our 45 minutes all the time.
Yeah.
But yes, Cam, can you detail the plot for us on what Remember the Titans is about?
Yeah. So it is about Denzel Washington. He comes as a new football coach in the 70s to a high school, and he takes another guy's job, and it becomes like a whole racial animosity, like passive aggressive. Well, not even passive aggressive. It's full on blatant. Like, we don't like you.
Yeah, it's very apparent throughout.
Yeah. So he's coaching this team, and he's getting backlash from the community, and they're going to state, and after some time, like, the community changes, like, oh man, this guy's actually like pretty good. So go state wins.
Only because the team's winning, it feels like.
Yeah.
That's kind of the.
If he was a loser.
Well, they said like at their first game, he's like, if you lose this game, you're fired. And I was like, what? And he's puking before the game. I'm like, oh my god, why is everybody so mean? Which we forgot to say that this is the first movie for our Black History Month series that we did. We did it last year. Talked about 42, The Help, Hidden Figures, and I honestly, for the life of me, cannot remember the other one. We're gonna waste time thinking about it, Cam. You know what?
Yeah. What we talked about.
We'll leave a note after the video, like a little. Yeah, we'll say something. But yes, like you said, a lot of it. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. Last episode.
What about last episode?
It was terrible. A lot of hiccups with technology, so
Yeah.
try to not make that happen. If you guys knew how long to set this one up took, this episode, then
I blame the camera equipment. I blame everybody else but myself. I blame the batteries, and that is all.
yeah. So we will try. And, yeah, it'll be better this episode. Last week was a fluke. Sucks it was our 50th, but we're back. And
That's great.
we're back and better because we have Harper frickin' Hancock.
Yeah, plenty of this. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why did you pick this movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always found it inspirational, and I've always just liked watching it. Sometimes I watch it back to back. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Movie ends.
I have started it over
Oh my
and
God.
watched it
This movie's like
again.
an hour 50, so you
Yeah.
spend around 4 hours.
I know. It's bad,
Okay.
but yeah, just gets me every time.
How did it inspire you?
Yeah,
Go
well,
out on the field, put on pads?
Yeah, I just know.
Play some mediocre football. That's not how it gets to
No, I
state.
don't know. It doesn't really inspire me. It's just like the way it makes me feel afterwards. I don't know.
Just sad.
I like deep movies. I like sad.
Deep. Both looked at each other like deep
Okay.
movies. Really? Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes deep.
It's not deep.
It's fun. Okay, that's
There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of
deep as in
Deep, not.
like as in like important.
Historical?
Yeah, historical important
Yeah,
things going
yeah.
on.
Okay, like
Importance.
Oh,
Not-
important.
Yeah.
important.
Okay,
that's
Yeah.
a good.
Not like a lot going on.
I
but
guess
importance.
deep is just the first word that comes to mind, but
I mean,
it's not really
in a
deep.
way, it's deep.
It can be.
We'll make it psychological. Like
Yeah, it's a psychological thriller about a football team trying to, I don't know.
it's about coming to your truths and like loving everyone
Okay.
through a collective.
And dancing to some music,
Yeah.
for some repeated music.
What was So I guess we can go into general thoughts, Drew.
Because I've never seen this movie before. I mean, like I said before we started recording, I watched this at a drive-in movie theater during COVID, the summer of COVID, and I was there. I was looking at the screen. The light was hitting my eyes. My brain was processing it, but I was about to say bad if I didn't word it correctly. I had surgery on my knee, and I was on a lot of like pills and drugs. I was gonna lead with the drugs part, but I can see how that might have been a little.
You went to a drive-in movie off Percocet.
No, it was Valium, but I mean, it was a good time nonetheless. But so I didn't remember the movie. Can you blame me? And so I watched it today, and I think I don't know, it just kind of gives that classic sports timeless feel, and like you said, you like watch it back to back. I mean, I see why. It just kind of gives that like homey movie kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, like a family friendly. Not Well, I guess I'd say family.
Yeah.
Movie. Like you can watch it with your family at night.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, I think that the pacing of the movie is kind of not strange, but like for a 2-hour movie, it it's like boom, we're here, boom, we're here, boom, we're here, like almost to like where it's like a conversation between both coaches in the hallway, and all of a sudden we're in state championship finals. I was like, oh my god, okay, but like I get why, because there's kind of a lot going on, because they have to basically like show an entire season and like everything beforehand. So I mean that's like a small like gripe. And like I said to you guys before, I was like, my god, everyone's just so mean. Everyone's so mean in 1971.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I obviously I wasn't around, but like I thought that like the 70s, like I thought it took place in the 50s. And I think you said the
Me
same.
too.
Yeah, and I was just like, man, everybody's just so like, I don't know, like the realism with that, like at that time, but it felt like it was like every conversation was about how like just being mean towards these black football players. I was like, oh my god. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just let them play.
Have you guys like, was the towns you guys lived in like really high school football oriented?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we sucked. So like, I mean, it's kind of hard to be supportive when we suck every year. But like, I mean, every town kind of is.
Mine wasn't really like that. I mean, I guess I grew up in a bigger city, but like, I don't know. I saw it and I just see
You didn't get the like.
Yeah, I'm like, who cares about high school football? That I mean, unless you're like really good, you go to state every year.
Yeah.
But
The fact that they're doing that thing where they go to like boot camp.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Like what?
Our high school did that.
really,
Yeah.
man, like,
I mean, I'm from like a small rural town, so like
See, that surprises me
big
more
football.
than like if like I feel like that's only for like the big like teams doing that.
Yeah.
Like
you get the budget from if you're a small school.
I don't really know.
because I was watching it, I'm like, oh, they're training, and I'm like, good God, they're training for like months. Like, was it over the summer or was it?
It was. I think it said 2 weeks.
2-week boot camp.
It felt
2 weeks,
like more
yeah.
than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Boot camp for 2 weeks. Really?
I don't
Outside.
know.
I don't know. Like
I
that.
wouldn't want to be at football camp for 2 weeks.
No, what? Doing those three practices a day
Oh,
thing. Like what? You're gonna kill them.
nah, man.
I mean, they can deal with it. They're
They're
grown
grown
men.
men.
Yeah, they're grown 30-year-old men.
Tax-paying adults with families, so they can handle it.
Was there one person on that team that you thought like, oh, I can see this actually being a teenager? Like
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
That's
he's not supposed to be on that team in the first place.
How did he make? How is he starting?
Don't know.
Man, I'm looking at this cast. Right
Yeah,
now.
but Gary looks like he's 30.
He sounds like my
35.
father. Like he's an. Oh, you know, what's his name? His like friend, starts with an L. With the main guy,
Julius?
Julius. He's like, what's up, Julius? And I'm like, oh my
Where did
god.
you get that from? You said started with an L.
Oh, 'cause
I knew there
I
was a.
knew he was wrong.
Oh. You knew you were wrong.
Oh no, that's fine. That's been the episode, guys.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
yeah,
No, I couldn't remember the names honestly. Like I honestly only knew kind of knew Julius and then Gary. That's honestly about it for all the names. I don't know Ryan Gosling's name, but
Oh.
yeah, like I said earlier, I like the chemistry between all the football players, and it felt natural like in the moment. But like I don't know about you guys, it seemed really quick. Like once they didn't like each other. Well, really, it was more like one-sided. I mean, kind of. But all of a sudden they do like each other. Did you find that to be like quick, or did you think it like made sense that they like start to?
It was a little too quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see some more hatred, you know. I'm all about negativity over here, but no, but seriously though, it was pretty quick. You know, I saw at the beginning before they get on the bus.
Yeah.
I forget what he says, like line or verbatim, but he got in his face and he like kind of bullied him in front of everybody, in front of his family,
Yeah,
or something. And then by like a couple minutes later, he's like, "All right, coach, and I believe in you, and I trust in your game plan or whatever." And
Yeah.
like, you know, 2 weeks ago, you were kind of maybe because I'm just stubborn, like, or like I'm just
It was the conversation with like Julius and Gary where he's like, it's about leadership, and he's like, oh, like
Oh yeah, it's like leadership.
reflects.
Well,
I don't even know. It was like
yeah.
something reflects leadership,
Yeah.
and Gary was like, whoa. And the next scene, it's like him.
And then all the players follow Gary.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, but
I mean, I think it had to happen that quick though.
to get to the rest
Yeah,
of the movie.
because if the team wasn't like
It's a whole
in unison, like
yeah,
as a whole for the first
whole
half
hour and
movie,
50 of
yeah,
that.
this-
then that would
Them
be
just
a
not
little-
getting along.
Yeah.
yeah, that would yeah. The movie is long, so like a 2-hour runtime. How much time do you want to spend on this 2-week process instead of like the whole season?
Yeah,
Man, Denzel is really good.
he was really good. I thought the scenes, like mostly my favorite scenes with him is when he was like arguing with the other coach.
Mhm.
I think that was probably one like the best kind of dynamic, especially because one's on defense, and Denzel Washington is on offense, so obviously they're gonna clash either way. But when it comes to like the racial stuff, and as like they become like more friends, and it like gets tested and everything, I thought that was cool. What was the other guy's name? The original coach that he took the job of. I honestly,
Bill
Bill?
Yost.
Yeah,
Oh, Yost.
that's a great name,
Yost.
Bill Yost.
I found the scene so funny. The scene where he's like in the bar and he's like, yeah, like you guys stay on the team, like I'm not gonna coach anymore. And Ryan Gosling gets up going, you go, I go, coach. And I was like, yeah, I bet Ryan, I bet he's probably the only reason you were on the team. That's the only reason you were playing, because he's like scrawny and
Yeah.
You need to
Football player.
have those people on the team, man.
was he on offense? What was he? No, he was on defense.
Yeah, he was on defense.
How is Ryan Gosling in 2000 on defense? That's crazy. In state. That's a little too much. We have all that big guy, like
Yeah.
the big guy who's now like shredded. Like, by the way, I read a thing that the big guy who like sang a lot.
Oh,
He's not like a bodybuilder or something. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay.
well,
has
it's
a-
like my favorite character.
I don't know. I thought the like going from the training, it felt so like, oh man, I forgot, because they go to the training and they start like getting along, and you're like, oh, everything's perfect. They're getting along, and then they come back to the town, and now that's like a whole like next like thing, because now
Get over.
yeah, it's I like the aspect of where it's like, okay, now the white football players like hanging out and they're like a team with these black players, but the town doesn't like them because now they're associated with them. You know, I like even Gary's mom wouldn't let him hang out with Julius, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. That's crazy.
I like that part. Though.
No, I liked the aspect of it. It was just like, oh man, that stinks for him.
Harper, what'd you think?
Yeah, about that
Well,
aspect. Like the
which-
town.
Like you know, like how do you feel about they're cool as a team,
Oh,
but then
right.
they come back to town, and everyone
It's like a culture shock.
yeah, like oh snap, you guys are like cool now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think that's also going back to why they had to make that part quick, like the team
Yeah.
becoming one. So then the community members could see them later on in the movie and then kind of.
The girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't even shake Julius's hand.
God,
He's like this, and she's like, and just walked away. I'd be like,
Jeez.
and it's like, it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And then she shakes his hand at the end, and I'm like, I mean,
nah, man.
I wouldn't.
I mean, first impressions are everything, and you did a
Yeah.
terrible job. Like, that's crazy.
Dude.
I was who would you say the main? I honestly, do you think who would the main character be? Would it be Denzel Washington, or would it be more like the players? Because I thought like it was
It would
kinda
either
equal.
be Denzel or Gary,
Really? Okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought so. Because like Gary, like we spend a lot of time with him because we actually like see him just kind of go from hating them to actually doing it to be a team, and then actually like becoming friends with Julius and everything. Julius,
Yeah.
Gotcha. I said Julian, but I thought his ending is God. I was not expecting him to get in a car accident, and No, it's very abrupt, especially since it's in front of like a parade of people, and he's like waving. He's like, and then all of a sudden, yeah, it's sad. I don't know, because I know it's based on a true story.
Yeah. That I'd say Gary's the main character. Denzel's like just the leading force to bring everyone together. Like he's the glue. Well, obviously that's what the coach's job is, to have everyone come together. But
yeah.
I wouldn't say he's.
Do you think Denzel was a little like too stern as a coach?
Oh no, I don't think Denzel is ever stern. I think every time any Denzel movie
He knew
ever,
what he was doing.
he knew where he was coming into. He knew where it was. That's like.
He demanded respect.
Do people know where we go to school?
What'd you say?
People know where we go to school?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Are we gonna tell him?
No.
I already said where I went to school.
Well, that's where you went.
At the
That's where you go to school. You don't go to school. You don't go to school the same place we
Was I
go.
not supposed to say that?
It doesn't matter. Well, we post these on the school website, so.
Yeah, I mean.
No, I mean,
Yeah, no.
it's a public service. It's a public service we do this for.
But yeah, I mean, like, imagine going to, like, what's the word? Like a different ethnic town. I'll say that much. That is known for disliking other people. So you have to come in with, like, with your chest held out, or what's it called? Chest up?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hell high, I don't know.
Yeah, you come in with some authority, but I don't know, Denzel plays that well. I don't think any Denzel role, I don't think anyone else could play it. And Harper, you can't add on.
No.
Why?
This is the first and only Denzel Washington movie I've ever seen.
That is so disappointing.
I know.
Of course
I
it
know.
is.
Oh my gosh.
Shame on you.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
You'll have to make me a list and give it to me after. Because
Yeah, because they're
This is probably the most tame one he's ever made, honestly.
Equalizer. That's a whole nother thing. Training. I can talk about that movie
Train
forever.
camp or training day?
Training day. Yeah,
Training camp. Jeez.
but
What'd you guys think of? Because I know there's like other football movies that really go very in depth on the actual like playing of the game. And I guess I'll ask your opinion. Are you guys more of the team aspect, where it's like more of them in the locker room, more of them like getting to know each other, or because like me personally, I'm like more of a sports guy, so like I like sports where they focus on the actual like the games. You know what I mean? Because mostly in this movie, it's like montage.
yeah,
What'd you think of that?
I'd prefer, like, what do I think of, like, either having more
Play time or more team time is basically what I'm.
in this specific, or just
in this
general?
specific.
Uh,
I think
I think
topic is like what drives it to be more team.
yeah, I think them collaborating outside of football, because I think it'd be easier for them to get along if they were on the playing field, because everyone knows the main goal is to win.
Yeah.
And especially that'll be the main focus if you're in the middle of a game. So after the fact or before the game, you're just chopping it up and talking.
Yeah.
And, you still have other things in your mind that go around. So I think they show enough of the game.
Yeah.
But as far as progressing the movie and having the movie be as important as it is, I think it was necessary for them to focus on, dialogue and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Harper?
I agree. Personally, and when it's like a football scene, like them actually playing the game, I just kind of
Okay.
block it out. I just don't pay attention because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'd rather, I like when they talk to the coaches or like,
The sidelines. and
yeah,
stuff.
the sideline stuff rather than the actual tackling.
Gotcha. And like I said, like the plot of it and like the actual like story and like what they're trying to say with it. I mean, it doesn't really. It's supposed to be more of the
Yeah.
team. It's not supposed to be like, oh, how many rushing yards is he getting? You know what I mean? It's not about that. So like, because I've seen movies. Have you ever seen the movie When the Game Stands Tall?
Absolutely not.
It's about like this team, and I don't know where they're from, but they had like a winning streak for like 5 years, and it was what happened when they lost their winning streak. And it was like, I thought it was a good movie, but it's definitely like game. It's not like so much team stuff. And it's kind of like a contrast to this one. But like you said, I thought the moments they had on the sidelines kind of, I don't know. I thought those were a little more entertaining, mostly because they spent more time with it, and the football scenes aren't great. Like
The movie wasn't really about
how they play.
Yeah, how they played.
Yeah. I'll ask both of you guys, would you consider this a sports classic? And if so, why?
Yes and no, because it's touching sports and history. So like I guess that could be a sports classic. I mean, I think it's a classic, but
Classic.
Boy.
I don't know.
Is this a
Yeah.
movie? Is this a movie you see like a lot of people talk about, like it's a classic?
I've never actually really. Besides my 8th grade social studies teacher who showed it in class,
What's his name?
Mr. Striegel.
Mr.
Mr.
Street,
Striegel.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
giving us something to talk about. See how you impact students' lives, Mr. Striegel?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that this movie. I think of other football movies in the last like 25 years that I've been like The Blind Side.
I've never seen The Blind Side.
Me neither.
That one's kind of similar because it deals more with like what's off the field rather than what's on the field.
Guys, huge.
Yeah. So yeah, but I don't know.
That's similar to this one though too.
Yeah, and I think that for me, I think this is a classic just because I think like a lot of people like regard it as such. It's kind of like, give me a football movie that's really good, Remember the Titans,
Yeah.
That's kind of the one that a lot of people talk about. Other than that, I mean, there's, like I said, Blind Side. That's honestly it. Friday Night Lights is good, but it's not really talked about as
Nope.
much. I like that movie.
We talked about Nope. That was the fourth one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Friday Night Lights. Nope.
Oh.
Oh, we did
Never
talk about
seen
that.
Friday Night
Oh.
Lights.
Sorry, you never. I haven't seen
Yeah,
a lot of.
I guess I haven't seen a lot of like sports movies.
I've seen Thunder.
So
And with Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, like 2014.
Wow.
That was cheesy. That was.
Yeah, I did.
very
I
good.
remember watching that. I don't think that was very good.
It wasn't.
That was
Sorry, I cut you off.
yeah.
I don't remember.
Sorry, Harper.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I would consider this a sports classic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would because I don't know a lot of. Well, yeah, I'd consider it a sports classic because I don't know many sports movies. I guess. Well, Rocky.
Yeah.
You got Rocky. You got Creed.
Moneyball.
Money. That's a classic.
No, I'm just saying like.
Oh,
Are you saying
No.
classic or are you just naming things? You were
no
talking about.
classic?
Oh, okay.
Like Creed's a classic. Rocky's a classic.
Moneyball is not.
Money-
It's good, but it's just not a classic. Boy, sport movies are kind of hard to like pick classics for because they kind of all just like,
What's-
run together after
Yeah.
a certain point.
What's the one back? Coach Carter.
Oh yeah, that's Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. We should talk about. No, we're already doing sports.
Yeah, we're good.
The Fighter with Christopher Bale.
Christian Bale?
Christopher
Batman?
Nolan.
Christopher, huh?
Batman?
He is so much more than Batman. But he
I
is
know.
the Batman. But yeah, there's not a lot of like sports movies that
Stand out.
yeah, like
Mhm.
and also there's just not any that come out as often. I was just talking today, like there's like that's so off topic, but like kung fu movies, they don't come out anymore. Maybe not in America, 'cause, Bruce Lee,
See,
he's
To me, like the sports movies that come out now are always like, I don't know how to describe it. They're always like religiously, like there's always something about like religion. You know what I mean? Like it's always those like
There's one-
low budget, straight to DVD sports movies. Like when was the last sports movie that came out?
Gran Turismo.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
That's not even a real sport. Like
That was like a video game thing, wasn't it?
yeah. Oh no, yeah, it was, but like
Versus Ferrari was also another
yes,
sports
I-
one, but
that was they just came out with Ferrari, the like the creation of
but
it.
it is
That's
not like
not-
about sports. It's kind of more about like the
The
creation of it.
Ferrari, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so is Ford versus Ferrari and the one you talked about.
But Gran Turismo was kind of like this guy transitioning into like he started off with the regular NASCAR game, and then he like went for the Gran Turismo game, and then he went into real sports driving. I think that was based on a true story, but that's a whole different
That
thing.
came out this year.
That came out like last year.
Are there any soccer movies?
Bend it like Beckham. That's one.
Bend it like Beckham. That's a
There is soccer. I don't think there is a soccer movie. Other than that.
soccer movies.
Oh, Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good movie.
Never seen it.
Well, soccer's just boring.
Yeah.
Soccer's so like boring.
That's a long game.
Yeah, I played soccer, but it's just like watching it. It's like, and I don't know. It's just professionals are kind of boring. Sorry, that's kind of
I
what.
say that.
But like baseball movies, they have a bunch. Football movies, they have basketball. They have not a lot of
I
basketball.
think all sports things just only come out as documentaries. They never come out as
yeah.
regular.
Now they do.
movies. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably more interesting to see like a documentary about like Cristiano Ronaldo than it is to write a movie about
Yeah.
something similar.
Like
And-
what's the Michael Jordan one? The Last Game, Last Dance.
Right.
Yeah, like that was really and that came out at a great time. That was during COVID. that's a classic, I'd say. But especially because of the time too.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this movie, I don't really have like too much to say about it. I mean, it's kind of similar to like all the other ones. I think the message of this one, because I know last year we talked about The Help and 42 and all that, and I thought 42 did a good job of kind of showing that as well. But I think this one has, I don't know, I think this one does it better because of how many characters there are, and you kind of get to see more. Because Jackie Robinson, it was just about Jackie Robinson. You kind of just saw it like his life. But this one, you can kind of see how it's like affecting like a bigger group of people and a town itself. So I liked it for that. I thought the acting was good. I mean, it's a little cheesy, but that's kind of like what the point is. Well, yeah, I don't really have too many like gripes with it. I mean, what gripes am I gonna have with it that makes like any sense besides the pacing? How it's like,
yeah, and it's based on a
Yeah.
true story too,
Yeah,
so you can't really critique it too
Yeah.
much.
yeah, and that was like what we. That's like
Yeah,
what we
last-
talked- yeah.
Last
Like,
year,
I didn't like how they portrayed that. It's like, well, that's what happened. So it's like, well, yeah, that's true. But
what would you give it out of 5?
I would give it because I liked it, but I wasn't like I was on my phone for like a good majority.
Come on, Drew.
Well, no, it's because like I don't know. It's just it's just not my kind of like glued to the screen kind of like genre. So I'd probably get like a 3 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5,
Harper.
Oh,
a 1.
a 1. No, probably. I just like it. 5 out of 5. I don't know.
Oh boy.
5.
Do you guys not give 5 out of
Oh,
5?
we do. They're rare.
Yeah.
I don't. How we give them the 5 out of 5 on camera?
Then
on
maybe I'll
camera?
do like a 4.7.
Oh, it's not. It's not.
I don't know if we have on camera. I think I did at some point, but we've done so many episodes I cannot remember. I don't think Evil Dead. I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh yeah.
And just like the music and everything, the dancing, the singing, all that stuff.
All the dancing.
All
the
the
singing.
dancing. I just feel like it's a fun movie to connect with and like watch. I don't know. Even though it's deep. Just kidding.
It's a
very.
it's a deep film.
Like you really have to.
You have to be like you have to have this score in your ACT to like understand this movie.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's. I think I'd give it a 4. Maybe because it was kind of new to me because I don't really watch. I don't watch sports movies, so
Yeah.
to see one with a purpose outside of
Why is that?
dudes kicking the ball.
Why do you not watch sports?
Just because I don't see them, like they're not publicized a lot, and they're just I'm not really into documentaries, and those are the ones that are like that come towards me first on Netflix. So
Yeah,
I
that's because Netflix. That's all Netflix is good for is documentaries now.
stop bashing
It
Netflix.
sucks.
It's true.
It's bad.
It's not.
They have great documentaries, fantastic documentaries. But granted, it's not that hard to make a documentary about something that's already happened. But
Stop bashing.
when they have to be creative, they suck. But when they're really good at saying stuff that everyone already knows happened,
No, because you bash the originals, like Netflix original movies.
they suck.
They don't.
They're bad.
Harper, what do you think about Netflix original movies? Or
I
just
don't
Netflix?
watch
Is the
them.
kissing booth really the?
Believe it or not, I've watched like all 3 of them, and they're not bad.
They get progressively worse.
Oh,
They're not. Okay, they get worse, but they're not like.
Yeah.
They're not like unbearable.
No, but they're still.
We've had like 4 episodes where we've just gone on like 10-minute like rant. Well, I have in particular about all the streaming services, and Netflix
Yeah, we did.
has always been just dog. It has been
Sometimes they
terrible.
have some good stuff, but
They're bringing X. Like they're coming. I mean, I know X was already on like HBO or on
Oh, the horror movie? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
X. Oh,
yeah with the girl and the old people.
yeah,
Yeah, like, that's coming to Netflix.
but it's not an original.
I know, but you say Netflix is bad in general. Like everything about Netflix is bad.
I mean, they have like movies that like I like watching, but I'm talking about like their originals in particular, and
Okay, in particular.
because like Hulu originals aren't great either.
No, they're not. The Bear's overrated. The Bear
That
is
is
overrated.
That is some. Can I cuss?
Yes.
That's bull. That is
It's
not. That is bull.
It's not.
It is a fine. It is a great. It's great.
No,
It's great.
can't even express how much.
It's a great show. The writing is the best writing I've seen in the last few years of television. It is okay, Harper.
It's
Don't
bull.
give me that.
I don't even know.
Don't waste your time.
The camera work,
Say that
the characters in 2 seasons, it has more character work than Breaking Bad did
Shut the.
in its first 2 seasons. In its first 2 seasons,
What?
they managed to put so much character arcs and character work in that. Granted, I don't know how long the show's gonna go for.
Exactly. There's nothing else you could do. Open the restaurant.
Hold on. Hear me out. I don't know what they're gonna do with the show, but I am very excited to see what they do with it. Do I think it's better than Breaking Bad? No, I don't. Pause. I do think the writing is on par. Frankly, the camera work is fantastic. A 25-minute one take. Good God, the editing's great. The characters are great.
There's a 25-minute one take?
Oh wait. Yeah, there is in season 1, where it's him flipping his lid.
Boring.
Boring. What are you talking about boring?
Have you seen either Breaking Bad or
No,
The Bear?
I haven't.
Watch The Bear.
Watch Breaking Bad. Okay, you can learn how to
You
cook
can watch
meth.
both, but I'm saying The Bear is like,
Matt?
Methamphetamine, real business.
but The Bear is like the best show on TV right now. Huh? What? Yeah. Succession's done. So Better Call Saul's done.
Succession was better than The Bear.
I haven't seen Succession.
Okay, so you're wrong there.
No. Well, hold on.
Snowfall finished last year.
Have you seen Snowfall?
No.
Oh boy.
Dang it,
I
Harper.
know.
What shows
Bear is so good.
It's not that good.
I would argue that the end of the so I think did I talk about this in the last episode about The Bear?
Probably not.
Okay, so what I did was I watched the first. This is a kind of not long, but it's whatever. I was watching the first season and I was like, boy, this is really good. In like the 6th episode, how many more seasons? I go to the 2nd season and I'm like, oh wow, they have 10 episodes. That's crazy. I click play on whatever I was watching and I'm watching the next episode and I'm like, what's going on? What is happening? What these characters? Nothing makes sense. I realized I was watching. I went from season 1 episode 6 to season 2 episode 7 of the season. I skipped the whole season.
Yeah, see, it's that trash that you just skip ahead.
But I no.
It's not trash, but it's not that good.
The episode Fishes with John Bernthal, Jamie Lee Curtis, John Mulaney, that girl who was always in American Horror Story, was the best. The 40 minutes of television I've seen in years.
Harper, what do you watch television-wise?
I watch more movies, just like random movies on
Okay.
television.
What's your favorite TV show ever?
I like The Vampire Diaries.
All right, guys.
The Bear is fantastic.
It's not that good.
I'll leave it at this. This is my last little thing with it.
Okay.
I think the decisions they make with the characters in the like setting that they're in is fantastic. Have you seen all of it?
No.
Oh wait,
I've seen.
well, that's crazy.
I've seen the whole first season. And I'm like,
The second season's so good. It's
Dude,
better.
I'm at like, which episode? It starts off with him at someone's house. It's like the 6th episode. I forget. Like, it's just not.
You have to give it a watch.
It's not that good.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I
yes.
will rewatch Succession.
Oh Jesus.
Succession is
Yeah.
very good.
Oh my gosh. With the kid from Home Alone. Oh sorry, not him.
It's his.
The lesser version.
It's his brother.
Yeah, the lesser version.
It's Roman. His name is Roman.
Roman
feel
Culkin.
like-
It's Rory. No, it's not Rory.
Wait, is he in
What's his
like
name?
The Little Rascals?
The brother?
What is his name?
Yeah.
Culkin.
No, his name on the show is Roman.
Oh, I don't. How am I supposed to know that?
Because it's real television.
What's it on? What's it on?
Max.
All right. We should. All right. Oh,
We'll talk. Oh, it's Black History Month. All right. We'll talk about it in March. We'll talk about shows.
we're gonna have to talk about Euphoria, and The Bear.
What about in March we just do movies? We just do shows.
We could do shows in March.
Let us know how you feel about that if we only talk about shows.
What would you like us to talk about Euphoria? Because boy, especially because now like they don't know if there's gonna be a 3rd season because that actor died.
Angus.
Yeah, Angus Cloud.
Yeah. Dope name.
Yeah.
Dope name. Great guy in the show.
Harper, we are so sorry.
I am
that you
so
have
sorry.
this
What
fight.
movie were we talking about?
Exactly. I don't know.
I don't know. Gridiron Gang. I don't remember the. So, but yeah,
Train Your Dragon.
yeah, I've Shrek
Yeah.
too.
Sorry, Harper.
No, it's okay.
I think with that's the end of the. I think we've concluded that the best way we can. But Harper, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us
No
for this
problem.
episode.
Thanks for
Harper,
having me.
I've been begging Harper for since we started this podcast in general to come on. She's like, no, I don't want to do it. So we finally got her on
Or later.
a year later.
A year, geez, wow, okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
We
We
appreciate
appreciate
it.
it.
Yeah, no
We always like to get new guests on and everything. So, yes, that has been the Two Dudes Talking Movies podcast. Thank you, Harper, for joining us again.
Thank you.
If you want us to talk about a movie that you really like or, potentially you want to talk about, just leave a comment in the comment section below. We'll be back with another movie regarding Black History Month, and we will see you there. I'm Drew,
I'm Cam.
and we'll see you.
Bye.